a bunch of like action figures, and I was like, "What the hell is that?" Right? Because like I'm a nerd, but I'm a nerd in a lot of different ways, right? And he got everybody on the team an action figure and explained who that action figure was and why he chose that for them. And that says so much about who Joe is, right? Like Joe has always showed up. He has always supported, whether he was on the team or not. There was a year where he didn't make the team, and he was so supportive of a team that he actually wish that he would have been on. And that's so rare. And yeah, I'm not gonna have a breakdown right now. I'm gonna read this poem though. I've been thinking a lot about what it means to sort of take care of yourself at times like this. Here we go. It's called A Series of Gentle Reminders. Delete the emails. Trash the boxes. Give the sweaters away. Stop holding on to things that do not fit you anymore. Forgive them. They didn't apologize and you're still mad, but what I do know is this. A closed fist can punch through a wall, but you can't fix the hole until you open your hands. The past is one of the few things more stubborn than we are. It will not change, and it does not care if you had a better idea of how the story should have ended. Healing begins when we stop trying to run backwards on the escalator and embrace whatever will keep us moving forward. It's hard being alive, but it looks so good on you. Someone is happy that you exist. So many things have tried to break you. None of them have turned in their assignments. I think that's a good enough reason to celebrate. I heard it only takes one person to be a parade. The truth is, we aren't here long enough to drag around this much apathy. Pluck a ream of smiles from any place that has a few extra laying down. Stash one for yourself. Give the rest away, because some of us are chewing on our last spoonful of hope, and sometimes kindness can feel like a full stomach. Tell people you love them while they can still hear you, because God doesn't call before he brings us home. Time will agree to play freeze tag, but will follow none of the rules. Hey, try not to be so hard on yourself. We don't know how long we'll be on this planet or what we're supposed to do while we're here. We're all just crashing into each other and trying to make sense of the collision. Thank you.
All right, 4 minutes, so we can't tell the story about Joe is a pioneering member of the Green Bag Club. We can't tell that story. Let's see, there was the Paul Revere's trip that we were supposed to take. Can't tell that story. Let's see, NCAA finals in Vegas that we almost bought tickets to, but we can't. Okay, so the one story I can tell. We didn't think we were going to make semifinals when we were on the Slam team. We didn't think we were that good. We kept winning. It totally interfered with our plans in Boston. We were supposed to go see the Red Sox. We were going to sit above the Green Monster. We were going to drink hella beer and have a good time, and we won. We kept winning, and we just figured, well, we can't do all these things, so we'll just go to Harvard, because I was a professor in sociology, and Du Bois is from Harvard. And I don't know if y'all know, but Harvard Law School is like the most prestigious law school in that practices law. And we were just two dudes, community college teachers and poets walking around Harvard. And we both had this look in our eyes like, man, you could have gone here. I don't belong, but you could have made it. And I looked at Joe like, dude, you could have gone here. I don't belong here, but you could have made it. And it was just that respect that we had for each other as educators and as poets. And I was really fortunate to know Joe, to have so many adventures, to laugh and tell the stories about them. And this poem is 3 minutes, so I don't have much time, but damn, I miss my boy. All right, here we go. This is his poem, but in slam you write group pieces, so I was very fortunate to write this with him. A study by The Ohio State University found we emotionally connect easier to fictional characters than to real-life persons. We are more likely to cry in a movie theater than cry at a funeral. On television, we can resolve the contradiction in our lives without ever having to live through our own problems. More likely to fall in love with Facebook profiles than the profiles of actual faces. So we invest in our pretend friends rather than pay interest in our real ones. 140 character philosophers with no history to stand on, staring at screens rather than looking to the future. Our reflections read like chalk outlines of dreams deferred. So we imagine in career, sleepwalk through job applications, reduce our happiness to posted pictures while validating our lives by counting the number of likes. So we end up measuring ourselves by the people we see on TV screens, using the remote to channel flip realities. This is as close as some of us will ever get to having control in our lives. We've turned into real-life housewives relegated to lunch break conversations, turn laughter into emojis, turn anger into caps locked. We live in a world where technology displays the last vestiges of humanity in crisp high def. He wrote that line. That's why it's hard to say. He wrote that. Sold our souls to cell phones, searching for free apps to reclaim our spirituality. We measure progression by the 0.0 versions we keep in our pockets, live lives as virtual tragedies. We say eulogies over flat screen coffins, death was never so sparkling. False religion never more equipped for the YouTube generation. Desperation and please stigmata our palms, so we carry devices in our palms that can easily touch swipe our faith. Carry holy water before the TSA takes it, never realizing we just got x-rayed with the mark of the beast. So rosaries offered on Amazon for just one click. We scream in text with demon-possessed fingers because we can't find the right words to say in live conversation, because our friends on Facebook aren't as trustworthy as our followers. If religion means respect for what's sacred, if our souls are sacred and our body is a temple, then breath is a God's reminder that poetry is written in our bodies until we're called for that big slam in the sky. So let me breathe in metaphors and similes like Judgment Day is here. I want this microphone to bookmark the dreams I've yet to fulfill. My confession in reverb, write 5 lines a day, baptizing me in the holy word. There's a reason why my steps on stage feel like footprints in the stand. This is a pilgrimage that will change your life forever. That bent halos and clipped wings remind us we may have fallen from grace, but we are still angels with hymns for a voice. Turn audiences into congregations, hoping a poem will teach us how to pray. Our Father, whose art is in heaven, hallowed be this stage. Thy rhymes are one, thy verse be done on earth as it is in heaven. Lead us not into entertainment, but deliver us from ego. For thine is the meter, the couplet, the stanza, forever and ever, amen. See, poetry is a religious experience, and it captures our real lives beyond the limitations of binary code. We are notes in a song made of conviction, the voice of the living. When timelines and status updates read like tombstone, remember, Lazarus wasn't awakened by words, he was resurrected by poetry.
The death of an artist. It doesn't come like any other. It isn't in the passing of life, the funeral cries, or the celebrations of a promised after. It's cold. It comes in the form of bills unpaid and expectations never met. It's in the soft, so what are you up to? Or, oh, that's cool. It comes and goes and no one grieves. It's all in the growing up and the time to think of the future. When an artist dies, there's one less favorite song, poem, or piece. One less truth who found freedom. When an artist dies, life moves on, but the artist suffers suffers in an everlasting silence, doomed to the could have beens, the what ifs. When an artist dies, sometimes a person lives, but only sometimes. My name is Miko Zhao. First and foremost, thank you. When I met Joe at Gold Standard with Palms Up Academy about a year ago, a little over a year ago, had his first performance out of COVID, chopped it up with him and we talked, and he revealed to me and some of the other people that it was actually supposed to be his swan song. He said that he was ready to give it up and that it was time for him to move on. He told me and some of my colleagues that we were the ones that inspired him, and that began the journey that I went on him for the past year and a half. I had booked him to go to Chicago, to Houston. We were looking at East Coast, Seattle. We were gonna go on the Filipino-American poetry tour that the world wasn't ready for, apparently. When he was diagnosed, the craziest thing was he never talked about if he gets better. He said when. He always talked about everything we had planned to do as if it was going to happen. He kept talking about all the plans. And I know, like, to this day, he would want each and every one of us to follow through with that. That piece means a lot to me because Joe, if you know Joe, he loved poetry. But behind the poetry, he loved the people. I'm telling you, there's so many people in this room who I've had the privilege and honor to meet. I'm so blessed. The present that he left me was this community right here. Each and every one of you. I met so many of you before I met you because of Joe. Joe would tell me about, yo, my boy Super B, man, this guy's crazy. He's out of Pomona and this and that. Oh my gosh, Carla, oh my God, this little Mexican girl, but she can go at it. And it's crazy because, again, I'm meeting y'all like, okay, I know you, but I don't. This is really weird, but that's who Joe was, and that's what he left each and every one of us with. And I got the privilege of being with him through the last month and a half as he fought so strong to continue to be here with each and every one of us. He wanted me to record the good. He wanted me to record the bad. He wanted to show the whole story because that's who Joe was, and you know that. I know if he had any words for every single person here today, it's to never put down the pen, and it's never to run away from the mic, because he saw a light in each and every one of you, and all he wanted was a little more poetry in the world, and all we need is a lot more Joe. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for being here. I just wanted to share one small moment. Carla shared with me a few weeks ago a picture she took outside of Joe's office, and he has this like bulletin board where he posts inspirational things from students. But in one side of the bulletin board, there was actually a poem that he printed out, and it was one of my poems. I was surprised to see it there because it's an old poem from like 6 years ago, and he never told me he put it there. So I was like, wow, that's so sweet and so heartwarming. But I wanted to encourage everyone that we impacted Joe's life just as much as he impacted ours. And a moment like that exists for everybody in this room. We may never know what it is. I wouldn't have known unless Carla was there serendipitously in that moment. But that does exist for all of us. So just carry that with you. We're opening the food now, so we have about 30 minutes left here in this facility, so please enjoy the food. There will be a slideshow playing, and just commune with everyone else and enjoy everyone's company. Put
Thank you for being here and supporting everything. In the Bible, God asks us to be workmen. Workmen comes from the Greek meaning artist or poet. So when you think about it, see, we are God's poetry. But I've been writing about way too many heavy things lately. Too many scribbles on political commentary and personal heartbreaks. So I don't write lines anymore. I bruise paper with my pen. And while it's often a poet's craft, it's only slide into those undefined vulnerabilities that make dictionaries stutter. I'm tired. I'm tired of choking out my fear out of inanimate objects and taking iambic pentameters like an tiny burden I can hold on your shoulders. My humanity has become so hollowed out I can't recognize my natural voice anymore, and my soul is an echo of regret. Shut in by COVID, my calendar is a breakup letter to the pencil, and wearing masks has covered more than smiles they make happiness disappear. So in order to get rid of all of these things, I have decided to have a garage sale of unfinished, depressed poems. I'll take any payment you got, cash, check, coins, EBT, NFTs, crypto, hugs, because fuck elbow and fist bumps. And I know we're in a pandemic and I don't want to die, but I want to live. So when I saw this notebook of incomplete lines on social justice, just pages of pieces that look like dust particles on the left and sound like a dying atheist's prayer, praying for an answer that feels like home. When I saw this notebook of half poems and half lectures, the things that we pass as doodles are reflections of the heart, just trying to say hi. See, I teach, so I came back to the student who sat in the back of the class who wore long sleeves all the time, and I saw her trying to cry herself into color. See, it's funny. It's funny how silence is like giving a razor-tip paintbrush to an artist eager to canvas their skin with her list. So I want to make a list about happy poems and happy shit. Like I want to write about old school video games. See the lines in 16-bit images that have us reminiscing about playing Double Dragon or Super Mario Brothers or Contra, where struggle meant fighting through finger cramps and solutions were found by pressing up, down, left, right, yeah. Right? But I want to reflect on first time, determine which one was more earth-shattering. The first time gravity forced me to one knee for a smile. And the first time I discovered that we are all made of stardust. Oh wait. The first time I had a California burrito. No, actually I got it. It was the first time that I discovered spoken word poetry on YouTube, because that was like making best friends with the voices in my head. See, I want to savor humanity and hear poetry. I can eat with a spoon and taste the words. Read Bible verses that echo my passions. I just want to be God's poetry. Thank you.
Every step I take, every move I make, every single day, every time I pray, I'll be missing you. Thinking of the day when you went away. What a life to take, what a bond to break, I'll be missing you.
Real quick, we also have a birthday cake that we'll be getting cut because it wasn't Joe's 50th birthday this past week. So we're going to cut a cake, and everybody can get a slice of cake as well. Real quick. So what we want to do, everybody, we bring it in real quick. What we want to do is sing "Happy Birthday" for Joe, and somebody want to lead us in "Happy Birthday"? That's not my skill set. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Joe. Happy birthday to you.
was like, oh, when he's trying to take it, and he just blew me away. I went to some of his workshops for poetry.
Right behind you, sorry.
I'll connect with him and he'll like give me all
Of course.
What events or where do you guys do your poetry?
It starts in the park area, listening.
Oh, yeah.
So every first Sunday at the one, they jump. Yeah. Joe, all of them. Yeah. Next show is it's the coming Sunday. We have too much shows left.
Yeah, maybe I'll try and go. Yeah, I was up in that area a couple months ago at the park. I was like, where's the the good? Where's the good Ponte Roof? You know?
Oh, all that, yeah.
Where's the good?
Leo's. Leo's. Look up Leo's, yeah.
Leo's? Okay.
And Yelp here in the area.
They have some good Filipino food too?
Oh, also Filipino food, yeah. If you want Filipino food, dollar hit. Dollar hit. Not like $1, $2, like skewers.
I grew up here in Mesa. It's like a big Filipino food.
So it's able to bring it all together.
All I had to do was make a Yeah, my role is easy. Make sure y'all talk to each other because y'all know what to do. Then you go shit with away all the time. You gotta mess around.
You know what I mean?
Can you eat this? This?
You must have down.
$5.